Hi, I'm Jeannie, and I'm here with Trinity Mouzon, the founder of Golde.
Hi.
And we're here in Brooklyn, where you live, and where you're from. Where you live.
Yeah.
And we're here to talk about Golde, an ingestible wellness and beauty brand.
Yes.
I say beauty because it's got incredible benefits on the body and on the skin.
Mm-hmm.
And we're here for you to teach us how to make it, how to use it, and all the benefits.
Yes.
So tell me, first of all, Trinity, what are all the benefits of turmeric that you've that you talk about, that you've experienced? And I can tell you a little bit,
yes,
about why I love it, but it's got more benefits than I think people really realize.
Yes. And so basically what's at the heart of turmeric, which for anyone who's not familiar is a root in the ginger family, is it's super anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, most everyone by this point has heard of inflammation, but maybe isn't really sure exactly how it's impacting them, in their daily life. And so it can really affect you from head to toe. So inflammation is basically the number one cause of, disease in whatever form. So it could be in the form of indigestion or, IBS, when it comes to gut health.
Right.
With your skin, it can come out in breakouts or, redness and
Sure.
forms of inflammation like that. But also it's, when you work out really hard and don't get in a good stretch and don't use a good, pre or post workout,
soreness,
and you have that soreness or those aches and pains. So inflammation really is a head to toe issue for most people. And what's so powerful about turmeric is that it can really pinpoint and target wherever that inflammation is uniquely for you.
Right. Yeah, I was telling you that when we first met, that what I was so attracted to is that I had this really amazing experience with turmeric when I had really bad tendinitis in my arm from using the mouse and a computer my whole life. And I started to really dose up how much turmeric I took. And then all of a sudden, when I did that, the pain went away. Mm-hmm. When I was really consistent with it. I think that was kind of the key, is just I really decided, okay, I'm really going to take turmeric daily, consistently, and I really saw a difference. And then the byproduct was that I saw a difference in my skin.
Yes.
I really saw a lot of my skin brighten. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what's going on? And I thought about, what am I doing different? And yes. I had really started taking a lot more turmeric, and I could tell that it was a result of that.
Yeah, so turmeric is also really, really great at boosting circulation. So that's another reason why you're going to see that natural glow. It's also going to be helpful for, clearing scarring and things like that are helped by, boosting as much circulation to that area as possible.
Yeah, so it's amazing. So tell us what is in your turmeric blend, because this is pretty amazing. It tastes so good, and it's quite simple.
Yes,
but it's perfect.
Yeah, so that was really, I would almost say, our number one goal when we were thinking about developing this product was, how can we make it really easy to use and also really tasty? I think with wellness, so often we feel like it has to feel like a chore, it has to taste bad, and we don't want you to have to suffer through maintaining your health. So we really wanted to build something that was effective, but also really tasty. So in our original blend, there's a few different natural sort of botanicals, and of course turmeric is high up on the list, but we also have coconut milk powder, so that is literally just coconut milk with the water taken out there.
And it gives it that really creamy base.
Yes.
So you don't actually need to mix this in coconut milk or almond milk or anything.
Exactly.
It's almost like milk in powder form. You add hot water.
Right.
And it's instant creamy goodness.
Yes. So first of all, it makes it taste really great because it's so creamy, but that healthy fat is also, first of all, really good for you, but helps you absorb naturally more of the healing components of the turmeric. So it's really key to, what's called the bioavailability of the turmeric itself.
Yeah.
So then in addition to that, we have other really delicious and also very anti-inflammatory spices. So there's going to be organic ginger, cinnamon, cardamom. And so all of these things, in addition to, you know, making the product taste really great, are going to boost those anti-inflammatory benefits of the turmeric.
Yeah, and I love ginger, so that's one of the reasons why Golde is such a good fit for me. Is I love that taste of ginger.
Yes.
And then it's got black pepper in it?
Yes, so black pepper is that last ingredient, and the black pepper is really key for the same reason essentially as the coconut milk. So it's going to help with the absorption and the bioavailability of the turmeric itself. So you're not really going to taste too much of a pepperiness there.
Yeah.
You're just going to get those benefits.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
And you made it so that you don't need to blend it. You can make it actually in recipes. Like you were telling me about these nut bombs that you were making with them, and you can put it in smoothies. I'm going to make a smoothie in a little while.
Yeah.
But it's super easy to take just by adding hot water and mixing with a spoon. You don't need a frother or anything.
Exactly. It's incredibly easy. And, you know, Jeannie, to be honest, my favorite way to use it, and what myself and my co-founder do every single morning, is we just take a couple teaspoons of the powder, put it in our mug, and just pour hot water over it. And it's the perfect way to start the day. The coconut there has a little bit of healthy fat, so I like that to be the first thing I have in the morning. That powers me through for the next couple of hours until I can grab something for breakfast.
Yeah.
So it sort of gives you a little bit of fullness without a lot of calories or, you know, sugar or anything like that. So
do you have the matcha in the morning so that you get a little bit of the green tea?
Yeah, and you know, it's funny. I'm incredibly sensitive to caffeine. So, you know, personally, I can't really have coffee or anything like that. It gives me the shakes. But the matcha, especially when balanced with the coconut milk and the other, you know, botanicals in the blend, is the perfect way to give me a little boost of energy throughout the day without, you know, making me feel hyper anxious or anything like that.
Yeah, I can. I like it in the afternoon. I like matcha in the afternoon to get me through the afternoon slump, and then a little bit of the fat from the coconut. It's kind of like a snack, like a really low calorie snack, because Golde has, in 2 teaspoons, has 25 calories, 2 grams of fat, and 2 milligrams of carbohydrates, which is almost nothing. Yeah, so there's no sugars, no sweeteners.
Exactly.
You've got just the natural sweetness from the coconut and from the, you know, the ginger and the cinnamon and the cardamom. And it's brilliant. I mean, in terms of a clean formula, it's really, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, we really wanted to make a product that anyone could use. So if you're vegan or you're paleo, this is a product that is totally friendly to your regimen. If you want to add a little bit of honey or anything to sweeten it, you're welcome to. But frankly, it doesn't necessarily need it.
Yeah.
So we wanted to create something that was a really great base that you could just add to water. But, you know, if you wanted to get more creative with it, then you absolutely could.
And I think one of the things that I like about Golde, I travel a lot.
Yes.
And so I can take a pouch in my suitcase or in my purse, and I can, even on a plane, just add hot water. I ask them for some hot water and mix it in.
Yes.
And, you know, take it to a restaurant and ask for hot water and mix it in, or make it in my hotel room and add. So there's 3 blends.
Yes.
Cacao.
Yes.
Which is kind of like almost like got a hot chocolate feel
it's like a spicy hot chocolate. It's really delicious. The cacao also has natural stress relieving properties. So for the same reason that we all reach for a bar of chocolate and we're feeling a little overwhelmed, the cacao actually activates something called the bliss molecule in the brain. The technical word for it is anandamide. But so it actually can create, just like a sense of well-being and stress balance. So I love that blend any time of the day.
The anandamide.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. And then there's the original that is like a golden milk taste to it, and then the matcha.
Yes.
Which,
Yeah.
It's got matcha.
Yeah, and the matcha that we source, we're really excited about. It's a super premium Japanese green tea. So my co-founder is originally from Japan, so we really cared a lot about making sure that we were sourcing a high quality matcha and not something that was considered culinary grade. So we have the ceremonial grade matcha in there. I remember actually when we were formulating and testing things out, the company that we source from for the matcha sent us over all of these different varieties, and they were all sort of the top of the creme de la creme of matcha. And I figured, okay, well, we probably don't need the top most fancy and high quality matcha because it is going into a blend.
Right.
It's still organic, whatever. We taste all of them, and we knew what we had to do.
You had to choose the top.
Yeah,
so you could taste the difference.
Yes, it is. It was stunning to us, the difference in the color and the flavor, and also just like the energy that you got and how clean it felt as opposed to jittery. So yeah, the highest quality matcha that we could source is in that blend.
So good to know. I actually didn't know that, and I love the matcha blend. That's the one that I take most frequently.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to know that. And the turmeric that you source, there's a really specific way that you source that as well, right?
Yeah. So we have a really wonderful partnership with a woman who works directly with a farm in the south of India. So she is originally from Mumbai, lives in California now, and has this sort of collective that's around empowering the spice trade within India. So she went through a lot of trouble to track down this really, really high quality turmeric.
Okay, Trinity, so now we're going to make a smoothie.
Yes.
And show me how you do it.
Yeah, so for this smoothie, we're going to be using our cacao blend, which is super yummy. It's got a fermented raw cacao. So the fermentation process there actually helps to remove some of the bitterness from the cacao. So you get a really nice, rich, chocolatey flavor, as opposed to kind of like what you might have experienced sometimes with a super dark bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a really, really simple smoothie with just 3 ingredients. So it's going to be frozen bananas, a non-dairy milk of your choice. We're using cashew milk today, and it's my favorite.
Yes.
And then, of course, the cacao gold.
Yes.
So
we've got these frozen bananas.
Yes.
You just peel them and throw them in the freezer.
Exactly. Yeah, I like to get a whole bunch of them and freeze them in advance and just pull a couple out whenever I want to do a smoothie.
Right.
So yeah, you can just pop these.
So no need for ice cubes.
Exactly. And so the banana when it's frozen is so great because it's going to give you that that icy kind of quality, but it's also going to keep it really creamy. So I find it's much preferable to just adding ice cubes in.
Yeah.
So that's gonna form the base.
Okay.
And then we are going to add some nut
Cashew
milk. Yes.
And if you don't like bananas, you can put mango or frozen blueberries or frozen strawberries and do the same thing.
Yeah, mango is great because that's still a fairly creamy fruit, so it'll do a good job of replacing the banana. If you want something a bit lighter, you can use any type of fruit, but the mango would definitely be a recommendation. All right. So with this, I would say if you're doing 2 bananas, you can do around a half cup to a cup of milk. It really just depends on how thick you like it. So I'm going to start with, like a pretty good sized amount, and then if we need to add a little bit more, depending on the consistency, we'll go from there. But pretty simple.
And if you want it richer, you can also boost it with like a little almond butter or cashew butter or sunflower butter.
Yes.
You can put, or protein powder.
Yeah, so I recommend doing a nut butter or your favorite protein powder. That's going to add, just a little bit more nourishment, and it's really yummy, especially when you have like the banana in there and then the nut butter. It's like having like a peanut butter and banana sandwich. It's really delicious.
So could you like essentially have your tonic in the morning and then a couple hours later have a smoothie?
Yes.
Yeah. You can do that. You do that all the time.
Yes.
Obviously you do that all the time.
Yeah. So there's no harm in doubling up or even tripling up with the Golde. It's a really balanced dosage, so you're not at risk of getting sick or anything from having a couple of servings in a day. It's also a really great way to just manage inflammation throughout the day. So we generally recommend up to 3 servings a day. So if you want to keep it simple and just have a tonic 3 times a day, or if you want to kind of play around with it and put it in a smoothie, and then even with dinner you could sprinkle it onto something as well.
Sure.
It's completely up to you.
Yeah. That's where I saw the benefits from my inflammation, was when I really had it 3 times a day.
Yeah.
When I really was consistent with it, then I noticed a huge difference.
Yeah. I think it's really going to depend on the levels of inflammation that you're dealing with. If you're mostly just looking to give your skin a little bit more of a glow, I think once, twice a day is great. If you're dealing with something more severe, then feel free to take it up to 3 servings a day and see if that gives you the benefits that you're looking for.
Yes. What I love about it is that these are whole foods.
Yes.
They are not, there's nothing else in the mix.
Right.
And that's the way that I think, supplements are best taken, because the vitamins, it's hard to really navigate that.
Yep.
And I don't want to, I don't feel like at Beauty Heroes we should be kind of going there. So I really love these whole food ways of getting nutrients and all that you need.
Yeah, exactly. These are very balanced dosages of, like you said, natural whole foods. These are not ultra, extracted supplements that are going to have strange side effects or anything like that. So it's totally safe to enjoy up to 3 times a day. So, of course, now we're going to add our favorite ingredient, the cacao Golde. And actually, I need you to smell this first. It's so delicious.
It's got that floral, and then it's got really that chocolatey. Yes.
Yeah.
So yum.
Yes.
And what about kids?
Yeah. So I actually have a 8-year-old half sister who loves the cacao.
Yeah.
It's her favorite thing. It's like a chocolate milk. So highly recommend. And also because turmeric and the ginger as well are great for immunity, when we're going into this cold season and kids are running around with the runny noses, it's a perfect thing to do for them. Just mix this, do the smoothie for them, or mix it with a nut milk and do a chocolate milk for them.
Yeah, I always think that it's good to get kids like introduced to these flavors young, so that they grow up really sort of having them in their palate. Yeah, and
if the kid that you're serving needs a little bit of sweetness, the banana in the smoothie is the perfect way to get that to them.
Yeah, yum.
Okay, so for this I'm going to add around 2 teaspoons of the powder. So
you can see that's a little bit darker. It's got sort of this like darker yellow.
Yeah. It smells so good. Yeah. Okay, so that's literally everything that's going in this smoothie. We're keeping it really simple. So we're just going to go ahead and blend this. All right. Make sure this is on. All right, so we're all set with our smoothie here, so I'm just going to pour this out for both of us.
I love that the smoothie is golden. It's like a golden smoothie.
Yeah, and it really is just that easy. Just 3 ingredients, and if you want to add extra boosters to it, you're welcome to, but I just like to keep it as easy as possible.
I was thinking like a nut butter would be really good in this, but it looks so creamy just like this.
Yes.
With the
frozen banana really just gives it a lovely creaminess.
That looks really good. I'm very excited.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious. All right.
All right. Cheers. Thank you, Trinity.
Yeah, thank you.
Can't wait.
so rich.
It really is so easy and so good.
Yes.
Yeah. So easy, so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you for sharing this and really showing us, demonstrating how easy it is to work Golde into a super fast
yes.
morning, afternoon routine.
Yes.
And getting these incredible nutrients into your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So thank you for making this wonderful product.
Thank you.
And we look forward to sharing it.
Yeah, enjoy, guys. Thank you.